I like to make people fall. Judo comes before anything else. When it ends, it ends. You can't go back. Strangely, victories, they don't affect you as much as defeats do. I've always enjoyed practicing judo. I love this sport. I like the falls, I like to make my opponent fall. I like to try out new techniques. It's really fun. And even if sometimes you have to force yourself because it's hard, and sometimes when I get up, I don't feel like going to judo and getting hurt. Well, when I get there and I get on the mat with my kimono on, then straight away I feel good.
Lucie Décosse, 154 pounds and 5'5" tall, is French and has been practicing judo for over 20 years. Twice world champion, 4 times European champion, and silver medalist at the Beijing Olympics. This elite athlete is chasing the Olympic title, fight after fight.
I feel privileged to be a top-level athlete. It's hard because you have to train twice a day, and it's physically very taxing. Especially judo, it's a very strenuous sport. And in short, sport takes energy. When you get home, you're tired. In general, you don't go out. You don't go out for a drink with your friends afterwards. You make sacrifices, even if the term sacrifice is strong. You sacrifice about 10 years of your life doing only sport. It's hard, but on the other hand, today, I earn a living practicing a sport I started when I was 6, and that I love. Every day at judo, I enjoy myself. And between 2 training sessions, I go home and have a nap. So I do believe it really is a privilege. When I get on the mat, I crouch down. I twist my neck a bit. I pull my tongue out. These things help me relax. I feel like it relaxes me before getting started, so I do it before every match. It's the one who has the most, who surpasses herself the most at that moment, who'll win. Because we all train the same, we all want to win. So for me, you have to make the difference when you get on the red square. So I just tell myself I need to make the difference. I think of making the girl fall, of not falling, of being aggressive. I try to think of the strategy I decided on before. I think that's what I concentrate on. I'm not too sure. The match goes so fast that I'm not too sure what I think of. But in any case, if I realize I'm thinking, it means I'm not totally focused. When you're losing and you look at the time remaining and it's nearly finished, it can make you panic. Because you think, that's it. I'm out of the competition. I've lost the tournament. I'm going home. In 2 minutes, I'll be home in my living room. So it's true, it crosses your mind, but well,
Bon, moi j'essaie de, comment dire, voilà, quand
When I'm in the lead, I try to maintain the score, not to panic. And if I'm losing, I try to give it all I have because, well, if you're going to lose, you might as well give it all you have. When I lose in the Olympics final, or I lose by ippon, only 1 minute 30 into the match, I haven't had time to do anything and I've lost by ippon, I can't do anything else, the match is over. I have an Olympic medal, but I feel horrible because it isn't the gold medal. So afterwards, for 2 months, I'm torn between celebrating, because I have an Olympic medal, or crying, because I nearly got gold. That's when I lose an Olympics final. Then when I lose in 2009, when I lose in the second rounds of the World Championships, although I won everything over the season, I'm angry. I get home and I don't feel like talking to anyone. I blame myself. Yes, I blame myself enormously because I feel like I'm missing out on something. That I failed, although I know I have the level. And yes, I blame myself for not making the most of it.
This is played, and she is that little bit closer to winning the Olympic medal.
Strangely, victories don't affect you as much as defeats. When you lose, it lasts. You think about it over and over again, every day, for a very, very long time. But with a victory, you win. Well, I think I win, but I work so hard to get there that I feel I've simply reached my objective. So afterwards, it's really quick. I don't think about it for weeks on end. It's more about people. When they come up to me and say, "Hey, you won, it was great." At that point I think about it, but otherwise I don't really think about the victories. I think about them 10 times less than defeats. I train every day to win, so when I do win, it's simply that, well, I achieved my goal. So sure, I feel emotions. After the World Championships in Tokyo, I cried because I was pleased. I'm pleased and I'm happy, but it's not... But perhaps if I win at the Olympics, I'll feel that. Some defeats have been tough. For example, the World Championships in 2003. You needed to be in the top 5 to qualify for the Olympics in Athens. And I lost before reaching 5th place, so I didn't qualify. I thought to myself, I'm not going to the Olympics. It became an obsession. I couldn't think of anything else. I kept thinking, why did I lose? Why did I lose against that girl? I was really depressed. Afterwards, luckily, I managed to qualify, but I had really let myself down. In my family, we always make a point of saying, when it's hard, if you don't fight, it will only get harder. So that's why you need to try to get over the depression as quickly as possible and get out there. That's the way I work. Even if it feels good to feel sorry for yourself from time to time, there is no time for that in sport. If you feel bad for too long, you don't train. So there are lots of things. You lose lots of things, but it goes quick. Someone can take over really quickly, so there's no time for feeling down. I think that my family, the support of my family, is one of my main motivations. Because ever since I was very young, my parents have been behind me 100% when it comes to sport. And since I've been in the French national team, they've always been there. They've always supported me. And I realized that in the moments when I've lost really important championships, it didn't change the way they saw me. I was still their little girl, whether I won or lost. And in some ways for them, it's never really changed anything. They were always right behind me. If I lose, they're sad for me, but they don't show it so as to not make it any worse for me. My family are really supportive. What can I say? One thing that applies to every athlete is the need to train. Anyone who becomes a champion at some point, even if they are very gifted, any champion at some point needs to train. You need to have clear objectives. You need to find a good balance between the life of a sportsman's and the rest of your life. You need people behind you supporting you all the way. Well, I think that's what you'll find with all champions. It's not always the same elements that give champions their balance, but there's always something in common.